On the International Day of Jihad, NAGR spent the day fighting off the ATF from attacking the Second Amendment rights of our members. I mean, who needs jihad when we've got the ATF? The ATF is violating the preliminary injunction that says they can't harass our members about forced reset triggers. And they're claiming they can't obey that injunction unless we give them a list of our members. Now, let me be clear. NAGR will not, under any circumstances, give up the names of our members. Before I get into all this, please join NAGR at gunrights.org. Like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and make certain to click the link in the description below to get involved in the fight back against the ATF yourself. Now, NAGR, along with our friends at Rare Breed Triggers, filed the lawsuit to protect our law-abiding members who bought forced reset triggers from being targeted and harassed by the ATF. Now, first, we won a temporary restraining order protecting the individual plaintiffs alone. Then, on October 7th, we won a preliminary injunction telling the ATF in no uncertain terms that they can't harass our members.
So I'd like to begin by highlighting the fact that Judge O'Connor issued this order just before midnight last night, which of course was a Saturday night. So that says something. Now, being awarded this preliminary injunction is huge. It's a big deal for numerous reasons, but first and foremost, it means that we have a high likelihood of success on the merits. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, it means that Judge O'Connor believes we will ultimately win on the decision that the FRT-15 and other similar forced reset triggers are not machine guns. Okay, so why am I saying that? Well, let me share a quote that I pulled directly from Judge O'Connor's order. On page 26 of the order, Judge O'Connor writes, and I quote, "FRTs do not fire multiple rounds with a single function of the trigger and do not qualify as machine guns. For each and every round fired, the trigger moves forward into its reset state and is depressed to release the hammer from its sear surface. Because the operative mechanical function of the trigger is to release the hammer, that the trigger of an FRT-equipped firearm functions for each shot fired disqualifies it as a machine gun under the current statutory definition." Well, what do you say to that? Does it get any more clear? I don't think so. Judge Reed O'Connor's preliminary injunction order, or PI, blocks the DOJ and ATF and all of their respective officers, agents, servants, and employees, and blah, 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 from initiating or pursuing civil actions or criminal prosecutions against anyone in possession of an FRT, sending notice letters or other similar communications stating that FRTs are machine guns, requesting voluntary surrender of FRTs to the government based on the claim that FRTs are machine guns, and destroying any previously surrendered or seized FRTs.
The judge said that the executive branch has improperly usurped legislative authority by enacting criminal prohibitions that are beyond the scope of its legislatively granted authority, and that we are likely to succeed on the merits. Specifically, the ATF is not allowed to send our members notice letters or requesting the voluntary surrender of FRTs or in any way interfering with our members' lawful possession of FRTs. We wanted this to cover all Americans, since your Second Amendment rights should not depend on your membership with an organization. So we're fighting for a permanent injunction that protects everyone. But the ATF is refusing to back down or obey this injunction. We know of 2 instances so far where the ATF has contacted members after the injunction. Most recently, just a day and a half ago, one member in West Virginia got a phone call from an agent threatening to come to his house and seize his trigger yesterday. How'd they get those members' info? Probably through the U.S. Postal Service. Remember, it's very common for the feds to use this as a tack-on felony charge. The general rule for all gun owners is don't send gun stuff via the U.S. Post Office. So our lawyer contacted the DOJ attorney representing the ATF in the lawsuit and said, "Hey, this isn't okay. You can't do this. What are you doing to make sure your agents don't harass our members?" The DOJ attorney literally said, "Not our fault. We don't know who your members are. Just give us a list and we'll tell the ATF not to bother them." Now, what could possibly go wrong with that? We know why they wanted a list. And I'll tell you again, I will never give it to them. We're taking this back to the judge and asking him to make the ATF leave everyone alone, member or not. But in the meantime, we're opening a legal hotline for members who are harassed by the ATF over forced reset triggers. If you're not a member, please join. Now, we can't guarantee you'll be covered. That's kind of a gray area right now in the legal world. But even by joining now, you will have access to our legal hotline, and we will be standing by to fight for you. And if we get a permanent injunction, you'll want to join now so you'll be protected. If you're a member and you get contacted by the ATF on FRTs, let us know at 877-205-6554. Leave us a message, clearly state your information, tell us what happened. We'll verify your membership and we'll be in touch with help. They're trying to get around this preliminary injunction and they're using it as an excuse to get a list of our members. Each and every one of you. We're going to fight them tooth and nail on both. But in the meantime, go ahead and join so you'll be sure to be protected when we get a permanent injunction blocking the ATF from attacking FRTs nationwide. Like and subscribe and click the link below to get involved. And once again, our legal hotline is 877-205-6554.
Hey guys, Chris with National Association for Gun Rights here. Before you go, I just wanted to let you know about our gear store. It's another way that you can support the Second Amendment, as all proceeds that we make off selling our gear go directly back into the fight, back to pay for lawsuits, back to keep our lobbyists on the Hill and put the pressure on politicians. So you can find gear, obviously, like this Gun Rights Gear sweatshirt or our gunrights.org multicam hat. There's a bunch of stuff on there, and again, not only is it comfortable, it looks great, but also all proceeds go directly back into the fight. So it's a super easy way, if you're doing shopping for hoodies for fall and winter anyway, super easy way to support the Second Amendment while you're at it. So again, that's gunrightsgear.com, or you can go to gunrights.org, our main website, and on the top nav bar, there's an option that says store. Couldn't be easier to find. Hope to see you there.